Do you want to have the best shot at getting your offer accepted when you go to buy a house? Well, stay tuned because I'm about to tell you the 5 things you need to make sure not to do to make sure you stand the best chance of getting your offer accepted. I'm Kelly Corsino, Coastal Living by Kelly, and today we're going to be talking about the 5 things not to do if you want to have your offer accepted. 1. Purchase price. You definitely do not want to be offering below the purchase price. Unless for some odd reason they've overpriced the property, which most people are not doing that these days because they realize that the feeding frenzy happens when they place it at market value or even slightly below market value. They get a ton of activity. That means that if you want to have your offer taken seriously, you have to offer at least the asking price. And beware that if you offer over asking, it may not appraise, which means that if you're getting a loan, you may have to kick in the difference between what it appraises at and what you offered. If you've got that cash on hand and you can do it and you really want the house, it may be worth it. But do not offer under asking if you're really serious about getting the house. 2. Earnest money. Earnest money is an indicator for a seller of how serious you are. And there's different rules of thumb. 3% is kind of a general idea of a good amount of earnest money. But believe me, if you put down more earnest money than that, you will get noticed when there are multiple offers. And let's just say it, you're definitely going to be up against multiple offers. So if you've got a little more to throw out the earnest money, it's all going to go towards the purchase in the end. So if you're really serious about the property, up that amount of earnest money and get the attention of that seller. 3. Closing costs. I'm just going to tell you right now, ask for as little as possible in a seller's market. Eventually, the market will begin to turn around and it'll get more balanced, and it may even become a buyer's market again at some point in California. But for the time being, it is definitely wise to just ask for as little as possible in closing costs. Cover your own fees, let them cover theirs. And if you're really wanting to be aggressive, you may even offer to cover some of their closing costs as well. And that can be very attractive to a seller if you want your offer to stand out. 4. The closing date. Okay, so this is something that if you've got a good realtor working for you, they're going to find out from the listing agent what's important to the sellers. Sometimes the sellers want to sell it and get out of there as quickly as possible because they're on to something else. Other times, the seller may need a longer escrow, or they may even want to do a lease back if they have kids that are in school that need to finish out the school year. Find out what is important to those sellers and write that into your offer. If you can swing a short escrow and that's what the seller is looking for, guess what? Your offer is definitely going to stand out and be more attractive. 5. Contingency. So let's say that you've got a house you need to sell before you can buy this house. Well, that's going to be tricky. I don't advise writing a contingency into your offer. Not if you want to stand out against, there it is again, multiple offers. Yes, I know, it just is what it is. So many people trying to get the same house, and if you want to stand out, I do not recommend writing a contingency into the deal. The good news is that if your home is in a desirable area, and especially if it's in California, chances are you're going to be selling your home very quickly as well. So you need to weigh that, but if at all possible, don't write a contingency into the offer. Would you like to learn some more great buyer tips? Well, click down in the description and you're going to find a link. Follow that link and you'll be getting some of my best information for buyers. And I'm always here for you, so feel free to reach out anytime. I'm Kelly Corsino, Coastal Living by Kelly. I'll see you next time.
That was awesome, dude!